Well, hello, friends. Welcome back to the car. It's been a while. So this is going to be a very personal video. So if you're not interested, then that's fine. But you have been warned. But if you are interested, I would like to talk a bit about isolation because I've made some mistakes recently, and I need to start working my way out of those mistakes. And communicating seems like the best thing to do. So what happened was a couple of weeks ago, a bit over a month ago, I agreed to make a presentation of Serenity OS for a conference, and this is something that I'm pretty excited about, um, and I still am, of course. But I had this idea that I wanted to surprise everybody with a cool demo. So I thought I'm just gonna work on this demo and not tell anybody about it. And when I reveal it, it's going to be so cool. Uh, and in theory, that seems like a fine idea, right? But I'm starting to see now that by going on this path, I've managed to kind of progressively isolate myself from people because I started doing less and less videos and less and less code review and less and less of everything except working on my demo. And I don't feel that that's good for my head. Um, Now, it's not that there's anything wrong in theory with this, but the problem I'm having is that it's just screwing with my head, and I'm not feeling good as a result, and I haven't been able to think much about it because I haven't been talking about it, and I'm kind of a verbal thinker. So this is the part where I think out loud, and you get to see me struggle my way through this process. So I feel isolated because I haven't been engaging with the Serenity OS community as much as I normally do. I haven't been working on different parts of the code base as much as I normally do. I haven't been interacting with people as much as I usually do on Discord and stuff like that, and haven't been posting as much on Twitter or and on YouTube especially, right? And I kept telling myself that, oh no, but it's okay because it's going to be so cool when they see the demo. Um, but as exciting as it is to make a surprise for people, I think I this was a bad idea. So I think um, I have to approach this a different way, and I don't. Of course, I'm still going to do a demo, but I don't know that I can make a cool secret demo because I don't really want to continue like this. Um, so I have to. I think I'm just gonna have to do something differently. But um, by the way, I've had a bunch of messages from people reaching out and asking if I'm okay, and I am okay. It's just I can tell that I'm on my way somewhere that's not okay, and I have to break out of it. Um, and it's weird because this really brings me back to thinking about when I first got clean from drugs and how I had all of these thought processes that were so um, cumbersome at the time, like these drug related thought processes of like this cycle of acquiring drugs and then consuming the drugs, getting upset that you run out of drugs and then you have to get more drugs, and this sort of cyclical thinking. And the way that I feel right now is very similar to that, and that scares me, um, because I find a kind of comfort in the isolation, um, and it's like not talking so much to people makes me feel comfortable, and then I want to increase that comfort by talking even less to people. But if I think back over the last 3 years since I started the Serenity Project, so much good in my life. Like, there's been nothing but good in my life that's come out of um, building this project and building this community and building this YouTube channel. So there's something in me that's trying to trick me into behaving in a way that's not good, um, if that makes sense. So I don't know what that is. It's like this little devil on the shoulder thing, right? And I don't like that. I don't like him, that guy on the shoulder. So the best I know what to do is to speak up, right? So that's what I'm doing now. And this is not the most clear thought process, um, but it is honest, and it is a great relief to actually finally speak like this about it, because this has been brewing in my head for the last couple of weeks. And I I don't want to go down this bad path, and I remember um so commonly hearing from people who were in addiction recovery that one of the signs that you're heading toward a relapse is that you start to isolate yourself. And uh, while I don't feel at all interested in drugs, um, I'm keenly aware of like the danger of isolation for anybody with addictive tendencies, right? So I have to push against that. Um, so what do I need to do instead? I don't really know. I don't really know what I need to do instead, but one thing I do need to do is communicate. So that's what we're doing now. At least that's good. That feels good. And I guess maybe we should just talk about some things that have been going on recently that I haven't talked about. So, good things. So last week, I didn't do office hours last week because I went and visited family. I went and visited my brother and his wife and their children, my nephews, and it was fantastic. I love being around my nephews and playing with them Minecraft and arts and crafts and all kinds of stuff. And it's really, really nice. And um, it's been just a joy to see those little guys growing up over the last couple of years, because I was kind of absent 3 years ago, but in the last 3 years since I got off drugs, I've had a much more active role, I guess, in like knowing them and hanging out with them, and that's been really great. And it was invigorating to hang out with them as always. But I didn't do office hours, and it felt weird not to do office hours. And as I was saying, like, it not doing office hours last week, I couldn't do it because I was out of town, but not doing it made me feel like, oh, this is a bit comfortable. What if we had more of that comfort? What if we don't do it next week? That would be so comfortable. And I don't want that comfort to creep up on me and accumulate. So of course we're going to do office hours on Friday. And other stuff that's also cool is that we recently had Serenity's 3rd birthday. So and that's one of those things too that I was thinking that day after I published the happy birthday post. I was thinking, should I make a video about it? And I thought, I'm just going to focus on this demo. And that felt weird. I guess that was the first time I could tell that I was a little bit out of character. but I kind of just ignored it. Um, but we had our third birthday, and I made the happy birthday post, which I will link in the video description. It's really awesome that this project is over 3 years old now, and the post has a nice little collection of events from the last year. And it was a lot of fun going over the all of the various screenshots I had collected over the last year, and just looking through like the various stories and blog posts and social media posts and things, and kind of rediscovering these cool things that happened. That was really, really fun. And it's just amazing how how far we've come, and it still feels like there's so much work to do. And I don't know. I think that now that I've isolated myself, not only like socially too much for comfort, but also like in the code base where I've been focusing on like a narrow part of the code base for so long, I feel a bit like I'm not as aware of the state of the entire system at the moment, and I need to reorient myself a little bit. And I mean, I know how to do that. I just have to work on stuff. But it is, it feels strange. I feel a bit strange. And it is uncomfortable to have this process that I'm going through right now. Like, this is a very scary process to not only face this fear that I'm feeling, but to communicate it openly. But I think maybe by doing this, maybe it's interesting to somebody, or maybe it's helpful to somebody who struggles with anything similar. What do I know? But I certainly learned in recovery that there's a lot of value in hearing other people share their unfiltered thought process. And I haven't shared mine for a while. And I think I'm worse off for not doing that. So this is that. And I guess that kind of brings me back to office hours, because office hours is a really fun format. It's really fun to have this rapid fire interaction with everybody, and taking random questions about stuff, and like not knowing where we're going. I enjoy that. It's fun to think on my feet, kind of be prepared for anything. But it does have this flaw that it's so rapid fire that there's not so much time for reflection, like what I'm doing right now. And this does feel really good to just stay with a thought and kind of pull on it and see where it goes. So this is a good thing. Now, I don't know. I guess I don't know if this is something that makes sense as a YouTube format. I do recall being better at this when I was doing it regularly, so I think I just feel rusty probably right now. My thoughts are all over the place. That's that rustiness. Like, I haven't done this for so long that it's almost exciting to just sit here and think out loud. But yeah, so a bunch of people have reached out and asked if I'm okay, and I am okay. And thank you very much for asking. I do really appreciate that. I'm not sick. I'm not um, having not I haven't relapsed into to drug abuse or anything like that. I've just gotten into this voluntary isolation because I thought I would do a secret project to surprise everybody. And it's making me feel bad, so I have to stop, I think. Yeah. And um I have to make a something a bit more straightforward for the demo. But it's not like there's a shortage of awesome things in Serenity OS to demonstrate. I just had this idea that I would make a particular thing, and I'll probably end up making that later on or at some point. But the important thing is to to feel healthy and to feel open. And also, I guess I feel a little bit guilty, maybe. Um, there's an element of guilt to this because um, I'm a crowd-funded person, right? And I get so much love and support um, from people on Patreon and GitHub sponsors and PayPal and things like that. And it seems like even though there's no like explicit statement that like, oh, if you pay this then I will do that, um in spirit, obviously people are supporting me because they like the things I do. So if I stop doing them publicly, which I've always done, then there's something about that that doesn't seem right. um I think I have been feeling a bit guilty about that, and that weighs on me too. Um, hmm. This is this is a bit like confession, I suppose. But there's nobody talking back to me, so it is good to say things out loud that have only been in my head for some time. And it does feel to me like I can find things to do that are, wait, what am I trying to say? Yeah, there's a path to feeling better. I feel bad. I want to feel better. There's a path to feel better, and that is to come out of isolation, to share what I'm working on once again, and to vary the things I work on, because that is something that I know I enjoy. I know I enjoy bouncing from thing to thing, um, and to communicate with people. That above all else is what will make me feel good. Um, to communicate and tell the truth and be open and honest. Um, Man, it's so weird. Like, there's a voice in my head right now saying, um, that, oh, you probably shouldn't post this video. You look a bit like an idiot, or you look like you can't think clearly, or like you are, um, people are going to think that you're fucking up somehow. But that's the same voice that says that you should get more comfortable, and you should not um, engage with people, and you shouldn't overshare, and like it's none of their business, and all of these stupid things. It's that little asshole on the shoulder trying to tell me to isolate, and I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, so I think I've exhausted my thoughts on this matter. At least I don't have a lead where I want to go with this, so I think that'll be the end of this little monologue. So if you made it all the way here, I want to say thank you very much for listening, and I really appreciate that because um, I really needed to get this off my chest, and now the car thinks I need to wrap it up, so I guess I will. But yeah, isolation is not good for me. Um, I don't think it's not good for many people. Anybody with addictive tendencies, um, isolation is not good for us, and it's so important when you realize that you're isolating yourself that you stop and you say out loud, I am isolating myself. What the heck? I have to stop doing that. And if you see your friend doing it, you can tell them too. Um, Anyway, yeah. So this will be the end of the video, and I am going to post it because you are hearing me say this, so I did post the video. But it does scare me a little bit, and it's exciting to feel scared about being honest and open and vulnerable. It's a good thing to be excited about. So thank you very much again, and I will see you in the next video, whatever that will be.